Hello, let's make a painting, and as usual, water on a glass, make a stick, center the paper, our routine, water everywhere. I was scanning some of the paintings last night, and what I realized is a lot of them are a lot of going on. And I know I said that before, but I really want to try to make it more simple, more, well, I don't want to say that, but like more mysterious, in the term of like using more of the imagination of the viewer. I will try to do this. I'm gonna use blue and purple today. Great. Oh, I like these waves here. I'm not sure you can see them on the paper, but they look pretty cool. So I'm gonna try to emphasize on this. Here I'm gonna, on the foreground and the midground, I'm gonna put a, not a slope, but something like a slope. And I'm gonna continue these waves like this and emphasize. For the sky is just fine. I will just take a little bit of yellow. I think it's opal yellow or something like this. It's called. Adding a little bit. I know I said I'm going to use only purple and blue, but usually I say that all the time. I ended up using all kind of colors. Don't limit yourself, pretty much. If the painting require you to use a different color that you're not originally your attention was not to use it, that's fine. Blend a little bit. I don't want it to be so strong. Take the palette knife, and I want to emphasize a little bit of those lines right here. There we go. And I wanna make this this line very visible. Now, of course, as more I push here, this is gonna blend. Because everything is so moist. But I do want to have this kind of, it's like a, I think it's kind of like a road, and then there's like a tracks left from a carriage, for example, or something, yeah, like a wagon, something, a horse cart, whatever you want to call it. Pretty nice. I like how it's turning. Take a little bit more purple and bluey, adding some here so we can have some variation. I want it a little bit darker than this. The reason for that, of course, is we need to create some kind of something different. The painting is is beautiful when it's different in the different aspects. So that dark spots is gonna give us some texture here. For the whatever it is on the back, I'm gonna put some trees, I guess, something on the back so we can show up the horizon a little bit better. I'm gonna take the palette knife, make some heavy strokes. We have a tall grass here. It looks like a winter because of the cool colors. Heavy strokes. Even sometimes I push way harder. Sometimes I damage the paper. You can't do that if your paper is thin, by the way. You need a thick paper for this to make this. You see here, I'm gonna push hard. Here I'm just gonna use the edge and not make heavy strokes, but make grooves into the paper. I don't want to lose the track marks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push again. Keep in mind, every time I push, the paper, most of the paper is in a different stage. And that means it's going to have different effect. Of course, the pages got different effect every time you push. I'm just going to hit like this, and I'm sorry for the noise, but you know, that's going to give us some textures. I'm pretty much damaging the paper, pushing the paper down so it can get some grooves. Yeah, that's definitely winter. Everything is cold. The trees, I don't want to go too much into details. I'm just going to remove some of the paint using clean brush. Once I remove it, I will let the water go inside again in the space that I just cleaned up. And that's going to give us pretty nice blending effect, because I'm not forcing, well, I'm removing the paint, but like here, I will keep repeating it until I get the results I want. But maybe add some snow. Why not? And when I say snow, I really mean make some puffy formations here and there. With my clean brush, simply removing some of the paint. We're gonna put some on the front. Snow is interesting thing. Is what I found, at least in my experience with the snow, when I'm making something more expressive like this, is heavily rely on a viewer to go for the snow idea, and I think it's turning pretty well. One thing for sure, I will use some white gouache, and if I can find it, of course. I'm gonna use some white gouache, and the only place I'm gonna use white gouache is the front of the painting, and I'm just gonna put one big piece of white gouache. Oops, don't go anywhere, buddy. And I'm just gonna push down. And I'm not sure how good the camera will pick this, but what I'm doing, I will explain you. I'm leaving some heavy marks. And its textures is a texture, living texture on the foreground. It can give a little bit. It's more like an oil painting. I'm using it. I don't think the camera will pick that up, but it's a relief. It's got a texture. All right, clean that up, and there we go. Watercolor, abstract, landscape.